Welcome to Informed Tourist AI. Ready to uncover the hidden risks of Cuba, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into the heart of the Caribbean, Cuba. But before you book that ticket, hold up. We gotta talk about the flip side, the stuff nobody tells you. What if I told you this island paradise also hides dangers you wouldn't expect? Yeah, you heard that right. From sneaky scams to straight-up illegal activities, there are some things you definitely don't want to do in Cuba. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and get ready to explore the 12 things you should absolutely never do in Cuba. Alright, first things first, you know how much I love documenting everything? Well, here's the thing about Cuba. Put your camera down when you see police or military personnel. Seriously, I mean it. Snapping photos or videos of the authorities in Cuba is a big no-no. It's actually illegal. While the rest of the world is busy posting Instagram stories with every police car that drives by, Cuba operates a little differently. Respect the rules even if they seem strange. You're a visitor, a guest in their house. So, keep that camera lens pointed at the beautiful architecture, the vintage cars, the smiling faces, just not the guys in uniform. The last thing you want is to spend your precious vacation time explaining yourself in a Cuban police station. Okay, let's talk about those iconic Cuban cars. You know, those vintage American beauties from the 50s, cruising down the Malecon. They're like a time capsule on wheels, and yeah, they're damn cool. But here's the catch. Not all taxis are created equal in Cuba. You got your official taxis, marked and licensed, and then you got the unofficial ones. The ones that might seem like a steal, but could end up costing you big time. We're talking scams, rip-offs, and in some cases, even dangerous situations. When you're hailing a taxi, always make sure it's a licensed one. Look for the taxi symbol on the roof, the meter inside, and don't be afraid to ask to see the driver's ID. And before you even step foot in that vintage chariot, agree on the price beforehand. Trust me, it'll save you a whole lot of hassle and probably a good chunk of cash down the line. Let's talk about something super important: tipping. In Cuba, tipping is more than just a nice gesture, it's practically essential. Many Cubans rely on tips to make ends meet. Wages are low and every little bit helps. So whether you're at a restaurant, bar, hotel, or taking a tour, make sure you factor in some extra cash for tips. Even a small tip can make a big difference in someone's day. Think of it as a way to directly support the people who are making your Cuban adventure so memorable. The friendly bartender mixing your mojito, the knowledgeable tour guide sharing their city's secrets, the hard-working hotel staff keeping your room spotless. They all deserve a little something extra for their efforts. So, be generous, spread the love, and tip like a boss. It's a small gesture that speaks volumes about your character and shows respect for the local culture. Alright, let's talk about souvenirs. I know you're probably thinking about those Che Guevara t-shirts, hand-rolled cigars, maybe a bottle of Havana Club rum. But what if I told you there's a different kind of souvenir, one that's way more meaningful and impactful than any trinket you could buy in a tourist shop? Instead of loading up on souvenirs for yourself, why not bring some small gifts for the locals? Practical items like school supplies, toiletries, clothing, or even just a few dollars can make a world of difference in a country like Cuba. Imagine the smile on a child's face when you hand them a new notebook and pencils. These are the moments that stay with you, the ones that truly enrich your travel experience. So, ditch the tourist traps and pack a little something extra in your suitcase. Something that will bring a smile to someone's face and make a real difference in their lives. Alright, let's talk about something crucial: your health. Specifically what you drink. Here's the deal. Tap water in Cuba? Not your friend. While it might be safe for locals, our tourist stomachs aren't quite as acclimated. Trust me, you don't want to spend your vacation battling a nasty stomach bug. So, play it safe and stick to bottled water. And I mean for everything: drinking, brushing your teeth, even rinsing your fruits and veggies. And while we're on the subject of beverages, let's talk about ice. Ice is often made with tap water, and you know the drill. That's a recipe for disaster. If you're unsure, just politely ask for your drink without ice. Remember, your health is your wealth, especially when you're traveling. Look, I know we're all about adventure, pushing boundaries, experiencing new things. But here's the thing about Cuba. There are some lines you just don't cross. And I'm talking about drugs and illegal activities. Seriously, don't even think about it. Drugs are illegal in Cuba, and the penalties are severe. We're talking serious jail time, hefty fines, and a whole lot of trouble you don't want to deal with. And the same goes for prostitution. It might seem like it's more accepted in certain areas, but it's not worth the risk. The legal system in Cuba is complex, and getting caught up in any illegal activity could land you in hot water faster than you can say mojito. So, be respectful, be responsible, and keep your nose clean. Alright, let's talk about something a little more sensitive: politics. I know you're probably thinking, Curtis, we're here to have fun, not talk politics. And you're right. But here's the thing about Cuba: politics is a bit of a touchy subject. Look, Cuba has a complex history and a unique political system. And while it's totally cool to be curious and want to learn more, engaging in heated political debates or expressing strong opinions, especially about Fidel Castro or communism, is probably not the best idea. Think about it this way: you're a guest in someone's house. You wouldn't walk in and start criticizing their interior design choices, right? The same goes for political discussions in Cuba. Instead, focus on the things that unite us: music, food, culture, the shared love of a good laugh. Alright, let's talk about those characters you're bound to encounter on the streets of Cuba, the jineteros and jineteras. They're the hustlers, the smooth talkers, the ones who can spot a tourist from a mile away, and they're always working an angle. They might approach you with a friendly smile, offering to be your personal tour guide, hooking you up with the best cigars, or leading you to a secret salsa club. But here's the thing: their friendliness often comes with a price tag, and that price tag is usually inflated, like way inflated. The best way to deal with them? Politely but firmly decline their offers. A simple no gracias and a confident stride will usually do the trick. Don't be afraid to be assertive and walk away from any situation that feels uncomfortable or pushy. Trust your gut, stick to your plan, and enjoy the genuine experiences Cuba has to offer. Alright, let's talk about something that might seem like common sense, but trust me, it needs to be said. Leave your bling at home. Cuba's a relatively safe country, but like anywhere else in the world, there's always a risk of petty theft, especially when it comes to flashy jewelry, expensive watches, or the latest tech gadgets. Flashing your wealth in a country where many people are struggling to make ends meet is just asking for trouble. So do yourself a favor and pack light. Leave the expensive jewelry at home, opt for a simple watch, and keep your phone tucked away safely. Trust me, you'll enjoy your Cuban adventure a whole lot more if you're not constantly worried about your belongings. Dress down, blend in, and focus on soaking up the incredible atmosphere. Alright, let's talk about something that should go without saying, but unfortunately it still needs to be said: respect the culture. Cuba is a country with a rich history, strong traditions, and a unique way of life. And as visitors, it's our responsibility to be respectful, open-minded, and appreciative of the culture we're immersing ourselves in. What does that mean in practical terms? Well, for starters, it means dressing appropriately. Leave the revealing clothing at home and opt for something a little more modest, especially when visiting religious sites or more conservative areas. It also means being mindful of your behavior. Avoid public displays of affection, keep your voice down, and be respectful of local customs and traditions. The more you put into respecting and embracing the Cuban culture, the more rewarding your experience will be. Alright, let's talk about something that's near and dear to all of our hearts: the internet. And in Cuba, it's a bit of a different beast. Internet access in Cuba is limited, expensive, and often frustratingly slow. But here's the thing: embrace the digital detox. Think of it as an opportunity to disconnect from the online world and truly immerse yourself in the present moment. Instead of spending your time glued to a screen, strike up conversations with locals, get lost in the rhythm of the city, savor the flavors of Cuban cuisine, and experience the raw beauty of the island. Trust me, you might be surprised at how liberating it is to disconnect for a while. Alright, we've talked about the don'ts, the things to avoid, the potential pitfalls of traveling in Cuba. But now, let's talk about the most important thing of all: how to truly experience the heart and soul of this incredible country. And the secret is simple: be open to the unexpected. Embrace the spontaneity, the unplanned moments, the detours that lead to unexpected adventures. Talk to the locals, wander off the beaten path, try new things, and allow yourself to be swept away by the energy and rhythm of Cuba. Rent a bike and explore the colorful streets of Havana. Take a salsa lesson and feel the music move through you. Remember, the most memorable travel experiences are often the ones we didn't plan for. And there you have it, folks. the 12 things you should absolutely never do in Cuba. Remember, knowledge is power, and being informed is the key to staying safe and having an amazing travel experience. So, before you jet off to this Caribbean paradise, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more travel tips, tricks, and adventures. And hey, let me know in the comments down below, have you ever been to Cuba? What surprised you the most? What are your top tips for staying safe and having an unforgettable trip? Thanks for watching Informed Tourist AI. Hit the like button and subscribe to stay safe and informed on your travels. Now, if you're looking for more travel inspiration, check out one of these videos right here. Stay curious, stay adventurous, and I'll see you in the next one.